Thank you, Madam Secretary. Appreciate it very much. I'll begin with questioning, and I'll recognize myself for 5 minutes. Families are strapped, Madam Secretary, I think you know this, for cash during this time of inflation and economic uncertainty. One way they have been able to make ends meet is by using their home for income as a short-term rental and welcoming travelers into the area. The gig economy is increasingly benefiting rural areas, which in turn brings new economic streams to these towns, and I've seen it in my district. So the question is, what is the department doing to drive travel and tourism to rural areas and these new forms of income for families?
Yeah. First of all, I want to thank you for your leadership on travel and tourism. You come from a state where it matters, so do I. I was the governor of Rhode Island, the ocean state. I'm a huge believer in the economic value of travel and tourism. We are, within our budget, implementing the Visit America Act. We have hired a terrific DAS for travel and tourism, and we are, within our budget constraints, doing everything we can to work with states, including rural areas, to promote travel and tourism. I have a little bit of good news. As you know, the U.S. is the #1 destination for foreign travelers. I wanted to report to you that the National Travel and Tourism Strategy had a goal of having 90 million international visitors to the U.S. by 2027. We think we're going to beat that goal. We think we'll have that done by 2026. To your point, I chair the Travel and Tourism Advisory Board. We have representatives from rural America. We're constantly listening to those stakeholders to figure out, what more can we do? All of that being said, I'd be happy to follow up with you if you have ideas on what we could do more of, because I agree with you, rural America is beautiful, and if we can get travelers to go experience it, we should.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The National Travel and Tourism Strategy lays out, as you said, the 5-year goal of increasing American jobs by attracting and welcoming 90 million visitors, and you say we're going to reach it by 2026, which we appreciate so much. You estimate that we'll spend about $279 billion by 2027. Can you speak to progress on reaching this goal? And you did. Maybe you want to elaborate a little bit. Are there specific areas you're seeking to prioritize?
Yes. So let me say this. I know you're a leader in the Visit America Act, and I strongly support having an assistant secretary. Most other countries do, and I think we should too. I know money doesn't solve every problem, but we are severely budget constrained in this respect. I'm implementing it, but without the funds to hire an assistant secretary and the office and the tools to do that, it's very hard to do that. Last year, we took a $2 million cut, and this year, if we have the House Appropriations Committee proposed cut of another 9% for ITA, it'll just make this work that much harder. So I do want to put a marker down on that for all of you who care about travel and tourism. One of the things that we have done is really engage with this Travel and Tourism Advisory Board. I have personally met with them on numerous occasions. What I try to do is listen to them, right? Like, what do you need? What can we do? We did a lot, for example, in COVID, helping the cruises to get people cruising again. We've done a lot in coastal communities to help them with workforce. You can't operate your restaurant or hotel if you can't find the workers. So usually my approach is listen to the people in the business of travel and tourism and ask them, how can we help you? And we try to meet their needs so they can do more business and hire more people.
Very good. Again, can you specifically, if you can make any recommendations with regard to the gig economy in rural areas? Because we've got a lot of beautiful areas, hidden treasures, as you know, throughout the United States. Any specific recommendations you can make with regard to that?
Permit me to come back to you on that, or maybe we could have a discussion about it. With the rise of Uber and Airbnb and et cetera, you're exactly right that that's who is increasingly in that economy. I think it's important that they have high-quality, decent jobs. But let me follow up with you on that.
Okay, very good. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and yield back and recognize